Hello, and welcome to your night's enjoyment of Zenith. I'm Pete and play guitar.
I'm CJ. I also play guitar.
I'm John. I do lead vocals.
I'm Blake. I play the bass.
I'm Andrew, and I play the drums.
Zenith's pretty much heavily influenced off 90s grunge and some metal aspects to it. We just get a lot of our inspiration from what we listen to every day. I've always gotten inspiration from Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, even back to like 60s, like Frank Zappa and Typo Negative, just fucking a bunch of different stuff I like.
Pretty much like Pete was saying, it's pretty straightforward, just good heavy rock, melodic rock, what you see is what you get pretty much, so you can tell we have a good time when we play. It's all about having a good time, but at the same time, we like to take our music serious and, we have a lot of aspirations for it and stuff.
You can find us. We have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. All of our stuff is on YouTube. All of our live videos, and then YouTube is the best place to find us, really.
We started this band like 2019. We actually started even before that with me and him, and then some conflicts have with members being lost and whatnot. So it wasn't until 2019 when we finally got together, the four of us, and really hunkered down on our instrumentals and tried looking for singers in the process. And of course, everybody's a singer around here until it's time to sing. So it wasn't until we got our calling, John, back in January?
Yeah.
And it wasn't a month later had he learned all of our songs, and we were able to play our first show out in February. Played Delanapalooza. We'd played 2 acts that night and day.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to keep our sound compact before we start recording anything. We have an EP in mind, just a couple of songs. It'll probably, if you follow us, you'll know when it comes out. You'll want to hear it. The pandemic didn't really help out with much inspiration, but it kind of did in a way. One, we weren't able to go out and play music like we hoped to, but it gave us enough time to think of more songs, work on instrumentals, think of more lyrics. That stuff, for some people can take a lot of mental work, never mind just trying to play your instrument right. Just these guys, being able to make something that you had thought of and then have these guys help project it is a pretty great feeling. So these guys give me a lot of inspiration.
Music is really what has been my inspiration. I've just not been able to go listen to live shows. I've been just listening to live shows on Apple Music because they have all the live shows on there, and it's a lot of Ozzy recently. I've been listening to Blizzard of the Oz a lot. That's where a lot of my inspiration's been coming from. Soundgarden, Led Zeppelin, basically a lot of 90s rock and classic rock is where I get my inspiration. That's what keeps me going, is being able to play my instrument even if I can't play it out. I can play it at my house or with these guys and make music that I think of or what he thinks of, and we play and make it, and it's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, pretty much kind of the same answer. The music itself, the band itself is pretty much the inspiration for everything. I joined this band back in January, with not too much, optimism, but, these guys, they know what they're doing, the music is fun, and, we got the ball rolling with stuff, so it's definitely something to look forward to, and I think that itself is pretty inspiring, so.
Yeah, pretty much any show I've ever gone to, I've always kind of been in the crowd, why can't I be up there, such a inspiration. Just never thought I'd be playing an instrument a couple years ago, and now I'm with these guys, and like he said, projecting our own thoughts of music out and playing in front of people, and it's really cool. It's exciting.
That's what inspires me. Basically, I've been playing music for a long time. I played a lot of different instruments, and I found the drums, and I fell in love with it. And then me and Peter back in the day, we started a little band, you know, and then people leave, you know how it is. And after that, I actually got into playing in the cover band scene, and we were out playing a lot and stuff like that. But you're not making your own music. And so we decided after that ended, me and Peter got back together, and we decided to form an original project and not just play other people's music, you know. And that inspires me every day.
I got this one.
Oh, here we go.
My boss lady card is, what and who are you grateful for? Oh my god, these guys, for one, couldn't be Zenith without them. Known this guy friggin' half my damn life. John's new to the family. He fits right in. Blake, known this guy forever, and I borrowed his damn guitar, and he said he wanted it back. And I was like, alright, that's cool. That's whatever. Trades the guitar in, and then gets a bass. I couldn't be any more proud of the guy. And then Andrew, we've already been on a click since, like, what, 2016, 2017? Yeah, that's when we started our first project. My family, my dad, my sister, my new nephew, little B, my aunt, uncle, cousins, my immediate close family, my girl. She's, you know, she helps me out a lot too. I'm really grateful for those people in my life. What wouldn't be me without them?
What moves you to tears or gives you goosebumps? Honestly, I'd have to say my son, watching him grow up, honestly. Like, it's just seeing that and see, like, how it's like every day is something new and just how quick it goes. It's wild. And then what gives me goosebumps is, like, when you first walk into a venue of a live show and you feel that bass starting to hit you. That gives me the goosebumps.
Who are your heroes? Just musicians of our time. You know what I mean? You got to go with the obvious. You got to go with the Kurt Cobains, the Jim Morrisons, the Jimi Hendrix. I'm a big Strokes fan. I like Julian Casablancas. I like Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. I like Dave Grohl. I like all, you know, just the popular guys out there. I guess you could say they're my heroes because they inspire me to do what I do with these guys.
What makes you lose track of time? Well, simple question, or simple answer, I guess, would be anything really. Playing with these guys, hours fly by. Practice, my job, I'm a chef, always against the clock, trying to get food out on time. But honestly, time is short, and years go by really fast. And you know, before you know it, it's been a long time, or it's already been almost 2 years with these folks. Seems like just yesterday. So just trying to make the most of it now and doing something I love to do.
How are you making a difference in the world? So I'd have to say I try to look at my future and try to do things that, like, I would like to do that would make life around me and the people around me better. And even, well, mainly through music, obviously, but like, we have a few songs we have a song called Desire. It's about racial injustice, and when everything was going down recently, we wrote that. And kudos to CJ for writing it. He did a great job. But that's what we want to do with our music. We want to make a difference. And, you know, we want to make people feel good too.
I'm just so happy to be doing this. Like, you never would have thought, like, poems turn into songs actually move you, and it's just like some people can actually feel what you felt at that point, and it's like, okay, you're not alone in this world. There's always somebody out there. There's always somebody that's gonna feel the same way as you do, you know. So it's good to connect with people on a level like that. I hope more people learn to cope like that. It's hard. So it's hard out there sometimes, and sometimes you feel like you got nobody. But music's always been there to help me. So
I'm just happy to be here, man. I never would have thought when I was in middle school hanging out with this kid playing Guitar Hero that we'd actually be in an original band doing an interview and sit in front of all these lights in this really, really cool room. So I'm just really happy to be here, and I really hope that you guys come out and see us at some of our shows or all of our shows. We got the one at the Haven, and we got the one at the Museum of Arts and Science, and a lot more to come. So just check us out.
Pretty much the same thing. This is all pretty exciting. You know, what you guys doing here is, you know, pretty exciting. We're looking forward to it. And like I was saying before, I'm new to the band. I came in January, and like Pete was saying before, a lot of people, they talk a lot, but when it comes down to actually getting down to business and making music, there's a lot of flakes out there. So once I got with these guys and I saw how, just how they all got together and they made the music and how they all click, it just made sense, It sounds a little corny, but getting with these guys, it's almost like, 5 superheroes coming together to form a band, and and it just clicks and works, and and obviously it's clicking and working. We got the show coming up at the Haven next week on the 11th. We got the show with you guys at the Museum of Art, so the ball is rolling, and especially with the pandemic happening and stuff like that, you really just got to appreciate being able to do this. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean, echoing what those guys said, we're just looking forward to the shows coming up and playing with. It's cool to see 11 other bands going with us to this event for the first time. Everyone's doing their own stuff, and it's cool to see everyone doing their own original music instead of other people's songs, which are still lovable and we all enjoy them. But it's just nice when you get to see people project their own stuff. We hope to see you guys out there.
Yeah, I do like to say that I do enjoy the whole original band scene actually coming back, and it not just being all about covers and everything like that. Like, we all enjoy covers, it's fun, but there's so many new artists that are coming, out of nowhere, and there's so much more music to be heard, basically. And I just can't wait to see who we see at these music festivals and pretty much all to come. And I'd like to thank these guys for sticking it out, because it's been a hard road, and making sure we get to practice all the time and putting in the hours. We've just really been crunching away at it, and it's finally time to pay off, basically. Thank you.